Hello, everybody. I am Ru, and this is my YouTube channel, Ru with the Books. In this video, I will be reacting to One Piece chapter 1165, following off the last reaction, which was of 1164. And in that chapter, we had more events play out with the God Valley flashback. And in the last chapter, Rox was possessed by Emu. And was going after his wife and Blackbeard, his child, and a lot of the very powerful people were basically teaming up against Demon Rox. So Roger, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Garp's there. Everyone's teaming up against him because he's being possessed. He's being puppeteered by Emu, and it's really, really incredibly sad. So in this chapter, we will be continuing with that and seeing what kinds of emotional devastation Mr. Eiichiro Oda has in store for us. So yeah, let's get into it. The chapter is titled Echo, and the cover request is by Machi and Takeshi, and it's Beppo peacefully sleeping using Zeus as a pillow. And it is so darn cute. Oh my gosh, I have really, really missed seeing Law. Law is my boy. So yeah, it's kind of a funny image because we have Law sleeping on Beppo, which is sleeping on Zeus, which is sleeping on what, by the looks of it, is a giant fluffy sheep somewhere in the sky, and there's a nice little rainbow and some birds. Even one of the birds is sleepy. Everyone just wants to catch some Z's in this cover. So yeah, it's really, really nice. I like it. It's cute. Yep, absolutely no BS. We pick up right exactly where we left off. The narrator is saying, of course, it is Rox versus Roger and Garp. And Rox is basically crying because that is the only thing he can do. He's in such inner turmoil because he can't control his, his limbs and extremities. He is a puppet on some strings, and following up with everything that we've seen, it is so heartbreaking. I would say maybe I don't love Rox quite as much as I loved Odin, but Rox is a very, very sympathizable character. So it begins with him begging. He's begging to be eliminated by Roger and Garp because, of course, he is being used to end the Davy bloodline, which is his wife and his child Blackbeard. So we begin with Garp saying, "You hear that too, right?" And we have Roger looking very, very serious and incredibly dapper with his wavy hair. And he's holding his sword and looks like there's some haki kind of emanating from it. He's like, yeah. So Rox is jumping in, attacking. He looks very, very strange. There's some weird... That panel looks very strange with his cloak and wings and stuff. And he's like, please, kill me! He might be talking like almost telepathically because there isn't like a speech bubble emanating from him. And Roger and Garp are like, you hear that too, right? So it's that voice is kind of, it seems like it's ringing in their heads, and they're preparing an attack. His words, the way he's acting, and that look on his face. Oh, this is so badass. Oh my gosh. So Roger's blade is very, very special. It looks like there's some haki kind of emanating up from it, and he's charging up an attack at Rox. I think he's kind of sad about the situation too, because I think he really respects Rox. They aren't like blood enemies. They're just kind of, it seems they have a kind of friendly rivalry going on, especially with the whole Shiki situation, Shaki situation, and everything. So yeah, this is just sad. So we have Roger blocking Rox's attack, and we have Garp jumping in and ready to use his fists. And Roger saying none of this adds up because of course he was before he got like impaled by Emu, who was very, very in control of his faculties. And Garp is loading up his armament haki punch and he just punches him right in the nose. He says no to Emu. Okay, that's a very, very simple page. It's just 3 little panels about this team up between Roger and Garp. And then we have what looks like a double page spread. So it's this whole action sequence between Roger and Garp and Rox. So yeah, we come back to this panel with Roger punching Rox right in the nose. Roger is just like, trading sword slashes with him, and it looks like Rox is using some armament haki to like kind of really strengthen his blows, and then he's letting out a Conqueror's attack or something along those lines, and it sends Garp and it sends Roger just flying and crashing into like various bits of rock. So that's crazy. So I guess Rox already was a really, really powerful pirate, but when he's being possessed, he gains his extra strength. He was talking about the fact that he started looking bigger and kind of grander in stature. So I guess maybe his haki was also buffed by Emu, because I can't see Rox sending Prime Roger and Prime Garp flying with just a haki-based attack. So that's very interesting, I think, for me in terms of learning a little bit more about Emu. I almost missed it, but it also seems like the Conqueror Shockwave splits and parted the skies as well, kind of like we saw in Wano. Okay, yeah, and so then someone's just saying what I just said. There's everything like the forests and everything on God Valley are still on fire. They don't really have firefighters on hand, unfortunately. And yeah, someone's saying the sky, it's splitting, with a kind of questioning tone. We've got to get out of here or we're going to die. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of natural forces at play. So as I said, the forests are on fire, the sky is splitting. It seems like the end of the world is happening, and Whitebeard has nothing to do with it for once, with his devil fruit powers. Is that a marine? It looks like a marine or a pirate. It's the guy with the weird glasses saying, sorry, I think it is a pirate. Let's steal a ship and get off this island. Huh? What about Rox's ship? Dumbass! No one's going back. The Rox pirates are history, is what Shiki's saying. Hurry to the coast! Yeah, so all the pirates that were looting the treasure from the world government and the nobles, they're just trying to skedaddle now. There's way too much going on. It's getting pretty dangerous. The heat in the kitchen is ramping up solidly and rapidly. Vice Admiral Garp, can you repeat that? And he's saying, I said, get every survivor and marine you can aboard that ship and cast off immediately. Roger, what's going on over there? Get underway this instant. Rayleigh's group is aboard. Wait for me at sea. Yeah, so they're trying to get everyone to evacuate as fast as possible. They kind of see the threat that Rox is posing here. And yeah, they're trying to get everyone away because I guess his Conqueror's attacks and everything are pretty devastating. And of course, the land itself is burning and things like that too. Oh, that is so cute. Roger and Garp said the same thing to their respective underlings, and they said, I'll make it back for sure. So their crews, their underlings are going to have their faith in their captains and their leaders. So now they're getting serious. Garp and Roger, they're just they're taking their jumpers off, their coats. They're ready to they need a bit of extra mobility, right? Rox and Roger, I came to this island to catch the pair of you, but look how things panned out. Well, all I wanted was to save Shaki, grab some treasure, and bail. But now there's more serious work at hand here. Yeah, and Roger's like, want to call a temporary truce? Roger's like, Garp is like, can't say I'm thrilled with that idea, but we can't just leave him be. Yeah, there's a bit of a roadblock that they have to overcome, and they can't do it individually. They have to team up to make it happen. Oh, this is so high. So the next page begins with Garp and Roger dodging punches from Rox. Actually, sorry, sword like stabs from Rox, and Garp's like, "Hey, Rox," and then Roger's like running away, running around, and he's getting an attack ready from behind to slash, and it's a nice little panel from the side, and it looks like he's kind of getting stuck in the rocks. This form, this curse. So he's saying, yeah, that Rox is kind of, yeah, he's been changed physically. He's got a bit of a different kind of he's a bit stronger than usual. So it seems that they're now kind of questioning, can they change him back? Can they revert him? Can't we undo it somehow? They're still, obviously, they're kind of talking and fighting at the same time, and they're trying to wake him up. Wake up! And then, okay, so now we're off to Rayleigh and Skopagaban. We're getting their kind of POV at the moment. Hurry, Roger won't stop fighting until he's sure we've escaped. It's strange. There's Haki. It looks like Gloriosa's here now. Nice ship. You don't mind if I tag along, right? Gloriosa! Where did she come from? Okay, yeah. Awesome. You're listening, Kaido. Consider this a lifelong debt. You'll pay me back one day, mark my words. That's what Big Mom's saying. And then Kaido's whipping back with, don't be stupid. You lost fair and square, Lin. Now watch. I'm going to start a crew where brutality is the only law. Ah, okay. I mean, yeah. So I guess what they were saying before about Rox's crew being, you know, it's over for them, is reigning true, because this is where Big Mom and Kaido separate ways and start doing their respective things, with Big Mom making Totoland and forging her family, and Kaido, you know, going over to I guess I think maybe Wano's a bit early at the moment. He's probably just going to do some things. Of course, I think he finds King and stuff before he makes his way over there. Yeah, so this is that kind of moment where they part ways. Big Mom's like, you've grown bold, haven't you? But you'll never be able to beat me. And this other guy's like, Lin, what are you doing? We've got to go. Load up the treasure. And they're still kind of like bickering between themselves. Linden's like, one day I'll come to collect what you owe. And Kaido's like, I'll crush you when that time comes. And then, yeah, so Roger and Garp are still getting kind of messed up by Rox. They don't look like they're having the best of times at the moment. And now we switch POV to another Rox crew member, being Whitebeard. You broke the mountain, didn't you, Newgate? And he's like, who are you? Looks like your crew's also breaking up. Wait, what? The name's Graham, captain of the Polo Pirates. Polo Graham. That looks exactly like an old version of Marco. What? That's insane. I'm a big fan. You need a ship, right? Let's join forces. Buzz off. Don't get in my way. That's funny. So that's kind of like what happened with Luffy and... I forgot his name. Barto. The Barto Pirates. Who had like a fan. That's crazy. So it'd be really funny if Barto secretly ended up having a child, and this child ended up joining the Straw Hats. That's so strange. Obviously, that's gonna happen. That'll probably happen post the end of One Piece, because obviously there would have to be time for Barto to have a child old enough to actually join the Straw Hats. You know, that's such a random thing, and it's quite funny. Hey, where's Newgate? Stussy asks. Don't ask me. Calm down, Dragon. What do you think you're doing? So Dragon is still quite low in the Marines, and I guess he's about to leave the Marines. So is this where he basically steals a Marine ship and becomes revolutionary? Maybe his inciting incident. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, he literally is stealing the ship. He's just like holding a gun right into someone's face. Me? What do you mean? What am I doing? What about you? What are you doing? Do you condone this? And people like, Dragon, calm down. Bring those survivors aboard. We're saving them. Yeah. So they're going AWOL. They are quitting on what the world government's asked them to do, and under the kind of rebellious nature of Dragon kind of steering ship. And if anyone's got a problem with that, I'll execute them. yeah, so we see all of these survivors, like some kids and some elderly people, mothers that are being rescued. This won't end well for you, dragon. Bring it on. Where are you going, really, Gaban? Don't follow us. Sail the boat out to sea and wait. Oh, okay. That's kind of ominous. That's such a beautiful panel with the world government ship in the ocean, and you can see that God Valley is burning, or is that? Yeah, I think it's just burning. But it's hard to tell because it also looks like some kind of mist. That island never existed. Is that clear? And they're saying this from the West Blue, or sorry, no, God Valley is in the West Blue. And I forget which elder dragons are which. So is this? I think this was Saturn. Might be Jupiter. He's got that kind of controlled look in his eyes still, like he's being possessed by Emu in this moment, because obviously he's saying that that God Valley never existed. Its history is just wiped off the map now. And I guess they're probably going to bust a call the island to make sure that it actually never existed, because otherwise people would still be able to sail there. And now we get a little bit of information from the narrator, and we get some panels of Roger and Garp and Rox all looking very, very intense. And the narrator is saying, the records kept by G11 and CP6 concerning the top secret Level S special mission on God Valley are sparse. The names of the participants of the human hunt were purged. Little is recorded regarding the site of the incident God Valley. Information regarding the island's whereabouts, size, and population were also purged. The number of casualties remains unknown to this day. Yeah, I mean the thing is even the world government. I guess the because of how much chaos happened, they all had to like evacuate. Even a lot of the world government people, and obviously Kuma, gaining the fruit that he got, was able to send a lot of people, and a lot of other people were evacuated, and there wasn't time to count the bodies, so no one would know the number of casualties, and then it seems that they probably buster called the island as well. So yeah, no way to know. Huff, huff. Did you know the government had ties to that black monster? Seems like an affront to justice. Wheeze, wheeze. I'm with you there. If you want to leave the Navy, you should join us. Hell no! If I quit, who'd protect the Marines? That is amazing. Yeah, so that makes sense as to why they why Garp respected Roger enough that he ended up kind of like looking out for Ace, and how much respect they had for one another. They weren't really like true enemies, because Garp knew that Roger wasn't actually as bad as the media, the government, everything painted him out to be. It's just that he had his own mission that he wanted to do, and he wanted to protect the Marines, because obviously, of course, the Marines are protecting the people from actually bad pirates who are out there wanting to, pillage towns and stuff like that. They're continuing to talk. It's all about the mass, Garb. The mass? What are you talking about? Okay, so we're about to get some Haki exposition. Amazing. Armament Haki can normally counter Devil Fruit abilities, and I'm using Conqueror's Haki, coating to boot, so there's no way my attacks aren't doing anything. It's because he's also using Conqueror's Haki to guard himself. It's not a surprise we'd cancel each other out. Exactly. If we don't overcome that, the damage won't go through. So they have to basically combine their... They have to match his Conqueror's Haki and basically like double it up and then attack him at the same time, I think. We'll lose sooner or later if we keep trading blows like this. We simply can't match a monster in a battle of attrition. So, next time we use Conqueror's Haki, we should channel all of our mass into it. Yeah, don't worry about how crippling the aftermath will be. If we do that, we probably won't survive this. Right, so that's why they wanted all of their, their friends and stuff to evacuate, because they probably were on the same wavelength that they have to combine forces in a very devastating Conqueror's Haki attack, which probably is even stronger than just like knocking people out. It's probably more dangerous than that. So that's really, really interesting. Either way, it'll take all three of us out of commission, and if we don't land this, it's all over. The stakes are pretty high. He's planting his feet. They're about to show. Hey, frogs! I don't know if there's any words that'll comfort you at this point. I don't know what's even happened to you, but I do know one thing. I can feel your frustration. Yeah, I mean he's literally crying. It's he's even missing a tooth, to be fair. Um, yeah, it is so sad. No time. This is no time for tears, you dolt. He's charging up an attack. He's like swinging his sword. Kagutsuchis! Infinitum! Yeah, so he's charging up his sword and like Garp's kind of almost doing like a Gatling gun of punches. And we finally get to the final page, double page spread even, of the chapter. Ace! Explosion! That's so cool that he's actually, I guess, yeah, that he's referencing his future child with the attack. That is such a cool panel. It's kind of, it really plays with the black and the white. It looks really sharp from Roger's perspective, and then you've got those kind of like really like vivid, bold armament punches from Garp. And we get some more kind of lore and explanations from the narrator in the rest of this double page spread. The world government tried their best to bury this incident in the shadows. However, the disbanding of the chaotic crew led by Roxy Zebek would leave an undeniable echo. The Rox pirates destabilized an entire era and the tremors of their legacy, a legendary incident uncovered, would continue to shake the world. Yeah, so of course that makes so much sense because now that the Rox pirates have disbanded, the echoes of this event at God Valley means that, well, first of all, baby Shanks was rescued by Dragon, and Shanks becomes an emperor in the future. Dragon saves a lot of the people that were on God Valley, and they've sailed away and survived. And of course, Dragon became a revolutionary, and he's been working to kind of undermine the world government for the entirety of One Piece as we see it from the start. Big Mom, she goes to sea, and well, she already was at sea, but she starts leading her own crew and becomes an emperor as well. And Kaido becomes an emperor as well. So, the echoes of this incident really are absolutely massive because all of the big names that we know today kind of debuted after this incident, essentially. And of course, we get kind of the end of the Roger era because he sails to Laugh Tale probably soon after this, and then makes his statement at his execution at Loguetown, where he inspires all of the future pirates to go out to sea and fight the system and go after the treasure. Garp does this thing. He trains Sword and starts a kind of branch of the Marines that is separate to the world government and their commands. So yeah, no, truly, the events that stem from this one incident really do shape so much of what has happened in the One Piece world since the event. So the narrator's not wrong. He is spitting facts. Wow, that was an incredible chapter, honestly. It's just so sad. Because I quite liked Rox. And yeah, I guess this ending panel with Roger and Garp kind of combining their Conqueror's Haki to defeat Rox is so cool. It's such a stunning panel visually, and that's what's happening. Yeah, so we can actually see Rox because at the bottom of the panel it's his legs and his feet. He's basically being just like air holes are just forming in him. He's like just body parts are just flying off. That is so incredibly savage. Wow, what a chapter. My mind is actually blown away right now. There's a break next week. I think I need it. I need to recover from this flashback. And it's a well-timed break as well, because I assume that from the next chapter we are actually going back to modern day Elbath, and we'll get back to the Straw Hats and what the world government's doing there, and what the Giants are experiencing at the moment. And I guess this also gives us an answer as to how the demons can be defeated. It's with Conqueror's Haki, which Luffy has. Luffy has Conqueror's Haki. It's been kind of teased that Zoro would have Conqueror's Haki. And that's actually so cool if you think about it as well, because Roger, swordsman, Garp uses his punches, Zoro and Luffy make that exact combination, that exact pair. So if they combine their conquerors, they should be able to defeat the demons. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like you can actually just stop that without actually killing the person. So it's not looking good for our giant friends. Oh no. Oh no. It gets more devastating. No. Oh gosh. Yeah, what an incredible chapter. It's left so much to think about in terms of what has happened, how those events shape the future, and the lessons that we learned about what is currently happening in Elbath, and how that situation could be nullified and solved. So yeah, fantastic chapter, 10 out of 10 for me. I said it probably can't get any better. Well, it certainly did, and I am eating my words right now. So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this reaction, be sure to press the like button to show your support and help spread these reactions across the YouTube space. I do my best to get these reactions out as soon as I can. I know it's not exactly when the chapter drops. Life gets in the way. I get busy, but first moment I got to read the chapter and do this reaction, I was on it like a car bonnet. And if you enjoy these reactions and you would like to see more One Piece content, be sure to press the subscribe button. I will continue to do them. I have fun with them, and I hope you can feel the energy and enjoy yourself along with me. And yeah, so without any further ado, I shall say my goodbyes. Break next week, so 2 weeks time for the next one. Yeah, have a great day. Ru out.